Hello everyone and welcome back to more Bloons Battles on the channel. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day as usual. We're going to go ahead and hop right into another best of 3. With this time our opponent will be Zero. He actually, like everyone else did, commented on my videos, which I absolutely love. So here we are playing each other. One thing that I did notice early on, which you guys will see here shortly, and I'll point it out once it actually happens. But I know that, like, if you get a 1-0 farm, getting that farm to just straight to plantation, you don't get more bananas. Which I know someone commented that, which I mean it made complete sense. But the only thing I'm confused on is that, like, is it a certain round? Like, is it round 2 or 3 or 4? Like, if you get a plantation within that round, then it doesn't give you more bananas. Because one thing I was confused on is that Zero got up a plantation on round 4, but like he's a really good player, so I don't know if you do it on round. He got it up around 3, so I don't know if you get it up on like a certain round, if it gives you more bananas, or if you get it up on another round, it doesn't give you more. I'm not really sure about that. That's something I was a little confused on. But what we go ahead and do is I go ahead and throw out another farm, not get up plantations yet, because I wanted to make sure I didn't like just get up one plantation immediately and then not get more bananas for it. But I still don't know about that. So maybe it's like, maybe if you get a plantation on round 2, it doesn't give you more bananas. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I'm not really sure. But what we go ahead and do is we do get rushed with some pinks. We also rush Zero with some pinks. So we both got up faster shooting and grape shot. I try really hard to fit this farm in this corner because I really want to do that, so I can have 3 farms. I fit it there a few times, and sometimes I have better luck, like not focusing on it for like 2 minutes. Sometimes I have just better luck just kind of winging it and just kind of throwing the farm up there, and then I can manage to place it. But we do get rushed with some blacks, which, to be fair, that grape shot, bottom grape shot Buccaneer is actually doing really well soloing these blacks before I get up the other Buccaneer. But all that Buccaneer is just a 0-0 Buccaneer. So that grape shot on the bottom is still doing some nice work against those blacks. We go ahead and do the exact same rush back to 0. Force up another Buccaneer. I also had to place a farm down for that farm in the top left corner. But we're getting, with especially when using Buccaneers, you can get really greedy with your farms. So that's kind of what I was trying to do. Since Buccaneers are so good early game, that's possibly one of the best early game towers, that you can greed with them pretty hard. So we do go ahead and do a bit of a hefty rush of yellows at 0, and he does defend them quite nicely. One problem I did run into was my connection. That happened to me a couple times. We actually disconnected. We played one game on Snowy Castle before this, but we disconnected. So we got to set up again. Or I disconnected, not we. I disconnected. So we got this same map and everything set up again. Because I didn't want to change the map just because I disconnected. I just wanted to do the exact same thing again. Zero does rush us with a bit of a pink rush. We just get up a lightning wizard, and we're able to handle that pretty nicely. But as I said before, those grape shot Buccaneers are so good early game, and they're really, this is probably one of the best maps for grape shot, just because of how much time the like Buccaneers actually have to pop the balloons. But it doesn't look like Zero can manage to get that farm in his in the top right hand corner, which is a huge advantage for us. But he does manage to get up a Republic, which, I mean, was like a Republic would probably be beating a Republic, and a plantation probably beats out 3 plantations, I'm assuming. But he managed to get up 2 Republics, and we only have 1 with 2 plantations. And his defense is better. So, I mean, props to him. A lot of the things I realize when I go against really good players is that they manage to always have better defense and more farms, which is something like I don't know how you do it. I really don't. But we are ahead in farms right now by 1 plantation. I do go ahead and boost that rush just because it was a bit of a hefty rush, so I feel like a boost was serving it right, if that makes sense. Like, what I mean by that is that since there was so much money put into that rush, I felt like boosting it using one of 3 boosts was fair to do since it was such an expensive rush. So we do go ahead and rush him with the exact same thing. He just gets up another lightning wizard and handles that perfectly. No boost required, which is probably what I should have done, but I didn't really think it out enough. I kind of freaked out once I saw that rush because it was so hefty. I tend to do that a lot, which is something I need to get better at. Just not like freaking out every time a bit of a beefy rush comes my way. So he does go ahead and send us a Moab. So I go ahead and get up Dragon's Breath. I freaked out and glue stormed a Moab like a doofus. I don't know why I did that. But I still haven't really gotten used to. I'm making an excuse now. But I still haven't really gotten used to like the placements of the powers and the like. I have the more damage power, if that's not what it's called, but the power that has the 2 darts and then the glue storm, they got swapped with a recent update, so I still haven't gotten really used to that, which is also something I need to get better at. But I've played with it so many times, I should be good with it, but I don't know. When I freak out, I just kind of click. So yeah, that was my excuse of the day. A pretty invalid excuse. So we do get rushed with a BFB and Moabs, which is actually a really good rush, but what I should have done is not try to get up 2 hooks. I should have just tried to get up another Phoenix and or a couple Phoenixes, take out those Moabs, and then take out that BFB with a hook. And we will hop right into the second game. Okay, so all you guys pretty much missed there was just us talking on Discord, and I figure you guys don't just want to sit here watching us talk, so I skipped it. But I wanted to make sure I was recording, obviously, because I didn't want these games to just go to waste. Because I've done that a few times where I either don't record, which it's not a problem when I'm versing like when I'm versing you guys. It's a pretty big deal because sometimes it can be difficult for us to get our game set up because like we live in different time zones and it's difficult to kind of match the times. So like not recording the few games that we were able to play, like once we finally match up the time zones and stuff like that, it can be pretty devastating. It makes me like really upset when that happens because then if we had like really good games and then I'd forget to record it, we're not going to be able to have those really good games for possibly weeks because again we have different time zones, we work at different times. It can be difficult. So I mean I shouldn't have said we work. I don't work, but the people that I may be versing could have jobs, so that kind of adds on to the difficulty of the time zones. But we hop into the second game. I'm not really sure what this map is called. I kind of forgot, but this is the map we do pick for the second game. He goes with Dart. I'm assuming it's like Dart. It's Dart Farm Ace. And we went ahead with. I chose a strategy that I don't usually use, just because as I said in previous episodes, I want to mix up my strategies a bit. So we went with Ice, Boat, Ice Sub and Ninja. We got the Cannon as a 4th, which is actually a lot of the times when I'm like looking at this gameplay, I don't realize. I just smacked my keyboard. That kind of hurt. I don't realize that my 4ths were actually pretty useful. In this sense, I don't think my 4th was too useful. But I mean, in any case, Cannon is pretty useful because you can just, if you get rushed, it would actually be useful because if I got like pink rushed or yellow rushed on like round 8 or 10, I could just pop up a 4-0 cannon or 3-0 cannon and wipe them out pretty quickly. I think it's a 3-0 cannon. I think that's, yeah, I think I'm talking about the right upgrade for the first time. A lot of the times when I talk about upgrades, I don't know what they're called, or I don't know if like which side they're on when upgrading. So one thing I also would like to mention is that I will be making my New Year's resolution video tomorrow on January 1st. I was thinking about doing it today, but I wanted to make sure I uploaded these games with 0. I also have some other games that I don't think I've uploaded. I think there's another best of 3 that I still have So I might upload that on January 2nd because I want to make sure I get my New Year's resolution video going, because I know I've gotten a few requests for it. So I wanted to make sure I uploaded that for you guys. So I don't know if that position for my sub was actually the best for radioactive sub. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought it was because it could reach all the sides and then it could reach farther up. But that looked like a very weird position. I wanted to just put it in the zero in the middle of the pond, because I don't know, it looked better, but I don't know if that position was better. And once again, I did miscalculate how much money I needed, but I knew I only needed like $40 more, so I just kind of went with it. And I was kind of just hoping Zero didn't rush us, because if he did, he could probably he may have possibly killed us, because there was like a 4 or 5 second period where we did not have up the sub. So if Zero did rush us with pinks, there is a chance he could have killed us, if not taken like 50-60 lives or something like that. So I'm glad he didn't. But that also would have made for a very that wouldn't have made for a very good game. Losing on round 8 or 10 to yellows or pinks because I miscalculated my submarine. That'd be kind of, I don't know, that'd be kind of weird. But there was a very big possibility of that happening in this game. So I do go ahead and rush Zero with a round 11 rush. I need to learn more rushes apart from just rushes on round 11 and 11, 8, and 13. Those are kind of my main rushes that I do, which I need to learn more rushes, I know. I think Zero miscalculated how big that rush was, which I didn't realize it was that big either, but a lot of the times when I see people send those like round 11 rushes, you don't think it's very many lives, but then they go through and it's like a lot of lives. So we actually took a good 100 or so lives off Zero with that. I didn't think that was that much either, but I guess it was. So Zero goes ahead and sent us a bit of, I think it was like 2 or 3 regen rainbows, which, I mean, I didn't think it was going to do damage, but I was a little worried because since Zero is such a good player, I didn't know if that was like the kryptonite of the radioactive sub or not. I wasn't really sure, to be honest. But I do go ahead and throw it on the ice tower, and then sell my other 2 subs. And I'm surprised I had that much money left over to actually get that Arctic Wind. I didn't expect to have that much money, but I guess I did. So one mistake I did make during this game is that I was not ecoing enough, which does come back to bite me in the butt later on. I don't want to give away the ending or anything like that, so I'll just kind of leave that available. That I did mistake that later on. The one thing that I can get past Arctic Wind, though, which I didn't realize could, was rainbows and whites. I think I said this in a previous episode. That tricked me out. Is that even proper English? Yeah, I think so. I just have brain farts in the middle of my videos. But there was a game when I threw up Arctic Wind. I think it was on pumpkin. It was on that like really long pumpkin map. I can't remember what it's called, but it was on that map, and I basically had up Arctic Wind and a monkey village. And then I happened to do it on the same round that there was a lot of rainbows and whites, so the rainbows and whites kind of got through before I could put a ninja down, and I lost to that. So that was kind of disappointing. But I did realize that my ice tower spot was actually a very good position for where it was. I didn't even actually mean to put it there for that reason, but I realized it was actually a really good position to put it there, mainly because if Zero sent me camos, the camos would have time to the submarine would have time to change those camos to regular balloons before they got the ice tower, which I didn't actually realize. That's not the reason I put the ice tower there. I just kind of put the ice tower there just to like, I don't know, just because I thought it was a good position. But it is Moab territory, almost BFB territory. So Zero is putting down a few more dart monkeys just to kind of make sure that he is safe against all BFBs and Moabs and stuff like that, which makes complete sense. I thought he was about to take a lot of damage to those leads because his dart monkeys obviously cannot see leads. So he actually put up another Juggernaut just to kind of defend those leads. But he had to make sure he did that quickly because he does only have 35 lives. So those leads could have actually taken him out if maybe 2 got through. So we are getting very close to Oh My God territory, which is kind of why I am throwing down some ninjas, just to kind of make sure that I can prepare for them. But the problem I have every time I do eco is that I just don't. Every time I do the strategy, I don't put down enough ninjas to actually defend Oh My Gods. Which luckily for us, I was like, okay, cool. He's sending us a BFB. We can easily take that out. So we go ahead and slow it down. Then he sends us another one. I don't really know how you send upgraded BFBs. Oh, wait, yes I do. I didn't know that if you use that upgrade ability before you send a mob or BFB, it upgrades them. I didn't know that's how it happened. But what I did was I glue stormed it, and I was going for a first strike ability because that would wipe absolutely everything off the screen. So my plan was to use that and then get back a reactor, and then those ceramics just came in and took me out. Those two rainbows got through, and it was rough. I thought I had that defend. I went for it, and I didn't manage to get it. But before I do end the video, I just wanted to thank Zero for playing me. If you guys would like to play me too, just let me know in the comment section below, and I will be happy to play you. We can get a game set up as soon as possible, and it'll be a blast. But apart from that, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, this best of 3. I should have another one coming on January 2nd, but I will have my New Year's resolution coming tomorrow. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next episode.